Hey guys, it's Ascendians again, and welcome back to the UIM. In preparation for today's episode, I decided to go AFK some sand crabs to use up the 2k or so bolts I had in my inventory still, just so they didn't go to waste. At the same time, my wife and I decided to redo a couple of the rooms in our house to make one shared gaming room, and since my recording setup has been incapacitated during that time, I decided to buy more bone bolts just to continue the AFK grind, and now I'm sitting at a whopping 73 ranged and 68 HP. Also, please forgive me for the echo in the room. I'm not sure how much my mic is picking it up, but I can hear it pretty clearly, so hopefully we'll get that fixed pretty soon. But I still have about 30 bone bolts, 28 to be exact, left, so I will check back in when those are done. Alright, that is all the bone bolts used up, but since I am 1.6k away from 62 strength, I'm going to switch to my rune sword really quick just to get that level. Okay, and that is 62 strength with 77 combat coming in. So before we get started on the actual content for this episode, the keen-eyed among you might have noticed that I actually have a ton of easy caskets in my inventory. Those all came from sand crabs, and I actually got a beginner clue scroll while I was mining some gold to make a gold necklace for an easy clue or something. But anyways, I'm going to open them now to see if we get anything big. Nope. Hey, look at that. First easy... Oh, I was actually looking at this on the wiki. Bandos Road Top. That, I think, might actually be useful. I can't see where it'd be useful over like a monk's robe, but hey, that's another unique unlocked. Ooh, got a double unique. Ooh, look at that. Another double. Armadillo robe legs and steel plate body trimmed. All right, all that's clear. Let's go for a few more. All right, another black armor trimmed piece. I love opening up all these clues, but man, my inventory is filling up. Okay, red fire ladder. I'll take that. And two black. Ooh, actually, I need to use one of these, or two of these maybe, for a stash unit. I actually had to drop an easy clue early on because I did not have a black axe, but hey, now I have two of them. Nice. I love how much my easy clue chest is filling out. But more importantly, I am now at a whopping 49 easy clues completed. Okay, and there's that stash built, and we're going to put the black axe and everything in there, and boom. Not a big unlock, but it will definitely save some frustration the next time I'm doing easy clues. I almost forgot, but I'm going to quickly make up all these raw lobsters, just so I can free up the inventory space, and so they don't go to waste. Alright, this is the last few lobsters to cook, and that actually got me to level 75 cooking. That's awesome, but now it's time to get to some questing. Alright, so the first quest of the day is going to be in search of the Myreque, which is the beginning of the Myreque questline. It's a very quick one. Basically, all I need to do is find the Myreque hideout, kill a skeletal hellhound, and that's basically it. Now we're off to get a bunch of steel equipment. So thankfully, all the steel equipment that we need can be bought. All I need to do is buy 2 steel swords, steel dagger, steel longsword. Yep. And then I can buy the steel nails from up at the sawmill North Varrock. And then I got the mace from Falador and the warhammer from Keldegrim. I'm also going to grab 6 planks really quick from Barbarian Outpost. And the last thing I need for the quest is to grab a druid pouch. And I'm going to get my silver sickle blessed to this altar really quick. Ugh, I'm trying to help the Myreque here. And this dude's trying to nickel and dime me for a boat ride. Just like Bob the Builder, we gotta repair this bridge. Welcome to the Myreque hideout. To me, this is actually kind of a cool unlock though, as it used to be the shortcut you would take to get to Barrows back in the day. Nowadays, we have more convenient options like the Barrows teleport and even the Shades of Morton minigame teleport, but this is still a cool historical piece in my opinion. If I thought ahead, I would have made some food, but in theory, I should be fine with just Protect Family and attacking with the rune sword. Wow, such a scary fight, guys. So I guess this is the part of the quest that we unlock the shortcut here as we're going through the wall, but either way. So we're talking to this guy again, and mysteriously he's a stranger. Somehow it's not Vanstrom Klaus. But anyways, that's quest complete. We get 2 quest points, and 600 XP and a few skills. Nothing too notable there. The next quest for today is going to be in Aid of the Myreque, which is the sequel to In Search of the Myreque. The gist of this one is that you're helping Velief and the Myreque regroup a bit and rebuild a base camp in Burg Darat. So this is Burg Darat and all of its beauty that we need to build up. And oh, look at that! Hey, look at this dude Florence throwing food at me. Hey man, I'm trying to help you. In case you haven't noticed yet, my inventory is basically full. This quest is a little annoying for Ultimate Iron Man as it requires a vast array of random items. For example, this section of the quest requires the following: 1 piece of food or more if running past ghasts, a pickaxe, a spade, 1 to 5 buckets, a hammer, 44 nails, 11 planks, 1 swamp paste, 3 tinder boxes, 10 bronze axes, 10 raw mackerels, or 10 snails, depending on what is asked, and there's still more to go in later sections of the quest. Suffice to say, while this is an easy quest overall, it might take a little while as I get all the items to the right parts of the quest. Wow, mining all that rubble in the basement here with just 3 buckets was painful. Yay, we finished off the crate with axes and stuff. Now we have access to a general store. Alright, and now we're just fixing up the bank. Oh, look at that, 71 crafting, that's neat. Okay, and now we're going to fix up the old furnace by using our steel bars on it. Put coal in there, and now we can light it. Almost like it's a fully functioning town now. Unfortunately, the vampires ended up finding the Myreque hideout here at Berg de Rot, probably because they made a bunch of noise. So now we gotta talk to Gataranks and these vampire juvenites to get them out of here. So the next step in this quest is essentially just a mini temple trekking minigame preview kind of thing. I'm hoping I can get by just giving Ivan those 13 snail meats, and maybe that'll be enough for the short route, but we'll see what happens. All right, let's do this. Go, get him. Okay, it seems like I can just aggro the one with Protect from Melee, and it should be okay. I do really wish I had a better weapon than Wolfbane, though. Whew. All right. So, I don't know if this is supposed to be there, but I'm assuming this is where the trap door is. But for me right now, it's just rendering as a black hole. For the next section of the quest, most of the items are pretty easy to get. For example, I bought the hammer and rope from stores, and I mined and smelted a silver bar. The last thing I need though is a mithril bar, and with where my account is at, I can't exactly make one. I need 55 mining to mine a mithril ore, and then 50 smithing to smelt one. Ooh, an eclectic impling. What do I get? Oh, mithril pick. Boo. Anyways, to get the mithril bar, I found out that young implings actually drop them at a rate of 1 in 100. So I'm going to head to Puro and try to get one. Yes. I think this is the first time I'm entering Puro on this account. Hey, look at that. I want to say that's like, I don't know, 20 or so? 21 young implings, so pretty much spot on. And we got the mithril bar. Awesome. I don't want to say it's unfortunate, but I did also get an easy and beginner clue, so I'm going to go knock those out really quick. All right, here's the beginner clue. Number 56, neat, but nothing special. And the easy for, ooh. All right, I'll take Armadillo page 4. That's a new one for the books. In case you were curious, that is now the first page of the Armadillo book. Getting back to the quest, now we just need to use this soft clay on this coffin over here to get a mold for the Rod of Evandis. Now we're going to make this Silvthero rod. Now we're going to dip this rod into the well underneath Paterdamus temple. And finally, we just need to talk to Veliath one more time, and that should be quest complete. There we go, 2 quest points, access to Berg de Rot, access to temple trekking, and 2k experience in attack, strength, defense, and crafting. The next quest in the Myreque series is Darkness of Halavale. It seems like I could do this quest, but it's a long one, and I really just don't feel like doing that quite yet. So instead, I'm going to shift my focus onto Shades of Morton. This is a nice and quick quest that unlocks the Morton Temple minigame, and more importantly, the Morton minigame teleport. Looks like I need to search this shelf and read this book, I'm assuming. Yep, start Shades of Morton. Nice. I like how for this quest, they just give you like 2 Terramins by searching this table, and there's like 2 vials on the floor. Okay, now we need to make 2 Serum 207s, which is just Terramin plus these ashes that I have in my inventory. What is happening? Both of these lore shadows keep like passing me back and forth. All right, and this is where I'm going to hop to the Shades of Morton world to hopefully make this a little bit easier on myself. Let's just say the chat here is getting a little interesting. But anyways, I can use the Sacred Flame now to make some Sacred Oil. And also I can cook the Serum 207 to make Serum 208, which permanently cures affliction. All right, now with that out of the way, I have 3 doses of this permanently curing potion to use. So I'm just going to use 1 dose over here on Allsquire, just because he seems like a good dude to have cured. I'm also going to cure Razmire here. All right, I got myself some logs. Now I can use the Sacred Oil on these logs to make pyre logs. Well, it turns out, even though I'm pretty sure I used the Serum 208 on Allsquire over here, he became re-afflicted, so I guess I gotta make another one. That is Shades of Morton completed. We get 3 quest points, 2k crafting and herb lore experience. Not too much, but the most important thing that we get from this is access to the Shades of Morton minigame teleport. Now, whenever we want to get over to this side of the map, we can just pop that teleport on, wait a few seconds, and boom, we teleport right here. Hey, look at that. I'm getting ready for Creature of Frankenstein, and I'm making the bronze wire, which got me to level 45 smithing. So the last quest I'm going to do today is the Creature of Frankenstein. Before I head over to the castle, I'm going to take this pickled brain. So this quest is in no way a spin on Frankenstein's monster, and for whatever reason, Dr. Frankenstein here wants us to get a bunch of dead human parts. I wonder what that could be for. You know, you have to wonder how you, a well-intentioned adventurer, ends up in all these situations where you end up robbing graves and unleashing demons and all this other stuff. Anyways, that's the head. Aw, yes. This brings back so many memories of training on experiments from back in the day. Obviously, these have been replaced with things like sand crabs, ammonite crabs, and now the gemstone crab, but this was peak training content from back in the day. Ooh, look at me, a good adventurer just robbing more graves for some arms and legs. So this is super not important, but Jagex recently added this little shortcut here to get to this medium step. I think you need like the Morytania hard diary done and like 12 teak planks to build both sides of the bridge, but I think this was a necessary change to make this step a little less tedious. Don't mind me, I'm just cleaning your chimney really quick. And that's the conductor rod made. Unlimited power! This is where you realize you actually made a mistake in helping Frankenstein bring this dude to life, and instead of doing what you're commanded to do and killing Frankenstein's monster, well, you turn on Frankenstein and pickpocket him for the Ring of Kairos. And there we go, that is Creature of Frankenstein completed, 2 quest points, 1k thieving experience, and the Ring of Kairos, which I don't think it's really worth holding on to right now. Oh, hello, a genie. Put that into Herblore, thank you very much. So that's all the questing I really want to do right now, so I'm going to switch gears and start doing some Slayer. Honestly, I don't really have a goal in mind. All I really want to do is start chipping away at some of those levels, since it is a pretty slow skill, and now that I have some higher combat stats, I can actually get some tasks from Childar now. I don't know how well this is going to go. It's very possible I get 1 or 2 tasks and get stuck, so let's just see what happens. Lesser Demons. Not the best task, but it's easy enough and we'll train some magic. Well, I have some good news and some bad news. Starting with the bad news first, this second task I got, the Dagonos task that I only have 2 kills left to do, was pretty slow. Not only am I being stubborn by not wanting to use prayer doses on this task, because each one would only get me like an extra kill or 2 per trip, the Initiate Armor and the Rune Sword combo just really wasn't cutting it. I had to tally out to recharge my prayer about every 4 to 6 kills, and that just really slowed things down. But on the bright side, at least I did learn how to one-tick prayer flick, which was pretty useful because it allowed me to extend my trips while keeping protect from melee up, and it also allowed me to speed up the kills just a little bit by flicking ultimate strength and reflexes. Well, as it usually goes on this account, that is going to be a short-lived Slayer grind. Our next task is a Greater Demons task, which is easy enough to do, but I don't quite have the money on this account to buy all the runes to go and do that task, and I don't feel like wasting the 30 Slayer points on it to skip it, so I'm gonna hold off on Slayer for now. Instead, I'm going to now focus on 3 main things that came up during Slayer to improve my count for that grind. The first one, like I just mentioned a moment ago, is I need a better source of money. And for that, I'm thinking I'm going to go do some thieving up to like, say, 75 to 85. I'll get into those specifics in the next episode of how I'm going to do that between blackjacking and Knights of Ardoin. The second thing that came up was I kind of need better prayer gear. Initiate is okay for some Slayer, but I really would like the extra prayer bonus from Proselyte. And to get Proselyte, I need to do the Slug Menace quest, which has a couple prereqs that I don't quite have done yet. Yeah, I have most of the requirements done. I just need to do Sea Slug and Wanted, which, again, those are easy quests to do. The last thing that came up was I need a better melee weapon. I'm kind of thinking I'll go for the Dragon Scimitar, which obviously requires me to do Monkey Madness, which I do have all the prereqs for, but I'm not sure if I can quite do that yet. But if I can get that done, especially combined with some more money on the account to actually buy a Dragon Scimitar, it would actually be a huge upgrade for anything I do on the account, whether we're talking Slayer, bossing, or what have you. It's almost a dark and emo. You know what? I'm gonna stand under this, make it an emo. Oh, it's moving away. Anyways, I'm gonna start running around planting these herb seeds I got just so they don't go to waste, and free up my inventory for next time when I start training thieving and learning how to do blackjacking and all that fun stuff. In the meantime, don't forget to give this video a like, leave a comment down below, especially if you notice I'm doing something stupid. Please let me know, because there's always things I am doing wrong or at least could do better. Don't forget to join the Ascending's Discord server and in-game chat channel. The link to the Discord will be in the video description down below. And as always, I hope you all have a great day, and I will catch you in the next one.